Yo,
Yes, I did. Yeah,
hey,
expanded the
going.
farm and all that. I'm out here
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a little satellite division myself too, actually.
Good
That I've
shit,
been
dude.
expand. Yeah, I was wondering if you want to come take a look.
I can. I'm currently doing a massive
hmm
grow. Um,
Oh shit. Okay.
so
Well.
right now, where
mhm,
things are is I'm trying to get every vegetable now to 100%. Uh,
Okay. Cool.
I think right now, onion, cabbage, pickle, cucumber. Like I'm trying to get those to 100% and start mass producing.
Okay. Is there any seeds you need, like for a starting point? I'm focusing on watermelon right now, unless you've already got
Oh, I
100%.
think you should talk to Val. I think
Uh-huh.
you and Val should definitely be eye to eye on that. The
Uh-huh.
reason I say is because she's also working that one.
Oh, I
And
see.
hold on. So I mean, you can work together on it. You know what I mean? She
Oh
might
yeah.
get lucky, you might get lucky, that sort of thing. Um,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I've got 5 H's and a Z with my watermelon, and now I'm trying to get the
five
quality up
H's.
and a Z with watermelon, but I'm
Okay.
feeling like watermelons doesn't matter with the H's, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because it's one big melon, I guess.
Have you
But I
tried
have been
growing it? And did all H's give you an extra?
so with 4 H's, nothing happened. I'm trying now with 5 H's.
Yeah, keep going
This
with
year.
that. Keep going.
Okay.
So here's where I've concluded. So first off, no reason for us to share outside the group at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just pointless. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that unless I approve it, I don't want anyone knowing
Uh huh.
our shit.
Yeah.
And the reason is like, listen, like we put way too much into this shit to like go help somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Look
Oh
over
yeah.
after number one. Like I said, if we got a massive farm and all this shit happening, that's good. Number two,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Lav, I made a deal with the noodle shop. So we're fully
Mm.
supplying them. I'm trying to also
Okay.
get cow. And so now with this expanding, my plan is start getting revenue in so I can get like eventually get a warehouse for us to all operate out of, you know?
Okay. Okay. What if I already acquired a warehouse for us to operate out of?
What do you mean?
Well, this warehouse popped out of nowhere. It used to be 750K, but a housing agency knocked all the prices down, so it's 2,000 feet or whatever.
What?
So it was 400K.
When?
So I just bought that bitch.
Oh my god.
But that's what I was showing Val earlier, because I said like if she's having problems with the sprinklers, I can just cut her a key, give her full access.
Holy
and we can start
shit.
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you do have a gap to come check it out.
Oh my god. Wait, what? Wait, the warehouses went down in price? Like I don't understand.
So there were all these shitty Southside warehouses that were way too high value, right?
Yeah.
Like they were like 400 feet, but they
What the
cost
fuck?
700K or
Yeah.
Like this one was like
oh my god,
800.
bro.
So then this one, which is 2,000 feet, went down to 400K, and all the other warehouses.
Okay.
Yeah, all the other warehouses that were currently on the market, like that
Yeah.
we've been looking at before, were like half
Yeah.
the size and like 380K or 390. And I was like,
Mhm.
fuck, a good deal. Worst case scenario, I can just resell it. It's no problem.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd just snatch it up. And,
Oh my god, that is really good. Okay, look, I'm
Yes.
gonna be honest. I'm too lazy to move all this shit
I
right
know.
now. But
It's okay.
but that's perfect. So I'd say maybe expanding out of there
Yeah.
is a good idea. You know, like I mean,
Yeah.
that's more production. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it solves the basement issue Val might be having with
Yeah.
the sprinkler and shit if there's anything in there.
I agree.
If I find someone who can sell me 350 mats, I can make this grow bed, but it's so hard to find someone selling mats.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm. Yeah. Okay.
But
Yo,
then we'll
that
at least
is
have one.
that is amazing.
Yep. So we'll have one grow bed, a sprinkler, and then all my shit is still there. Obviously,
So
I know
I have
you had
four.
concern.
I have 4 grow breads. I've 5 fertilizer. Like I fully got this funded. That was
nice.
like the next step is to get the warehouse. But if that's the case, well then we're sort of set here. My only thing with this lab is like I need to make the sign off on anybody that get brought in or get given info. That is like my hard line. Because listen, everybody's got friends, right? But you know, each one of those friends are in a gang, and you know, last thing we need is you know, some bullshit over that.
Well, that's the way I saw it as well. It's like I handed you like seeds that I'd spent hours and hours on, so it's like I would hope that like we, you know, and that's what I was saying with like because I also spoke to Blondie. She says she hasn't really been involved much in the past week and a half, and it's like fuck, like I don't want to end up in a situation where like people just leave and then they just take all that information and just start, you know.
Yeah, trust me, I've got all that. Listen, I can separate friends and business, and those that can't, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit. You know, I'm like gang up in this motherfucker, right?
I
got
you,
Santos, bitch. You know.
No, I get you. I think we're on the same page with that. Like, that's otherwise I wouldn't have handed you 100% quality wheat and 100% quality corn with like, you know, if that wasn't the case. So, yeah, like 100%. The only thing that I'm wondering, that I've been wondering, because our schedules don't align, am I still good to do mass producing for people, like if they're willing to pay?
I think so. Like, I think we want to have joint agreement. And I think for the reason for that is that way we come under like a single umbrella. And that way we aren't dealing with cases of like jumping on each other. So I think what we should do is come up with values through the noodle shop. The guy's been very good. 500 for flour. I'll supply noodle shop. I think you should supply cow. And then I fill in the backspace of it. So
cool,
we'll come up with a joint pricing structure. That way, you know, because at the end of the day, if I grow, you grow, I don't really give a shit who takes the cash. That like, you know, beyond that, it's like whatever.
It's like a pay-as-you-grow system, you know? Like, so the one thing I will say is like, if you are not awake and this Rick guy is asking for flour and shit, from
I
us,
say do it.
So what I'll say is like, if Tuggz is awake, you got to contact him. If he's not awake for this storm or whatever, then like I can handle it like as like a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%. I think we're on the same page on that.
Especially if you say like he's like resupplying him for sure. Then we can help him with this storm.
Thing is,
because that's when I'm awake.
From what I'm learning so far,
I can speak to the other food stalls. That's good.
Yep, and what it looks like so far, from what I've seen, is hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, I need to do a little bit more of this. From what it looks like, hold on, corn 81. From what it looks like so far, it looks like whatchamacallit, 81, boom boom. From what it looks like, sorry, I'm planting. Is that hold on 1 sec. There we go.
It's okay.
From what it looks like, if you make someone all the shit in one big grow, you can supply them pretty much for the day. So regardless of how it works, to be honest, we can probably bank up a lot of stuff for sale. So let's iron that stuff out. I think like how we go about giving people things, because ideally we should have at least a bit of a structure, so all the money is going into the pool and then we cut it based on effort. Because I think at the end of the day, right, I don't really give too much of a shit of the money. The only thing is I want the money going towards like expanding where we're headed. You know what I mean?
I'm on the same exact page.
So
I'm on the same page,
like I want money banked up for like rainy day. I want money banked up for more equipment, right? And the rest of that shit, like whatever. Because like the reality is, if you need money, you can get money in Los Santos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you 100%. I think like yeah,
And I want to kick
that's it.
back going to Chenggang. But
Okay.
and I want to get to that spot so that way, look, I don't give a fuck how like other people are doing shit, but the gang needs to get paid for protection if shit go down. So if shit
Oh
goes
yeah.
down, like I want like ideally I want about like 30% of our revenue coming back to CG. And I think that's
Okay.
pretty easy in the grand scheme of things. But I think
All right.
right
And
now, cut the key for me, Val, and myself. You, me, and Val, and let's leave it at that until
yeah.
shit's like scaled up. And I don't even think we need to go beyond that at the moment, at least.
Yeah, and I think with your guys who are, I'm sure your gang's got some pushes like maybe for like the shine side of it. Like if we producing flour for shit ton of people, like we could even supply them like free ingredients for cooks since they're like a byproduct or something.
Yeah.
And then the kickback can kind of come from the fact that they're going to be earning a shit ton of money off the shine or something like that. Or
Yep, I agree. I 100% agree.
What are we
with
going to
that.
do with all that? Like, if it's, do you get dirty or clean cash?
It's
from
dirty,
the-
but I can handle all of that. So actually,
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because at this point, I'm getting to the spot where effectively, sorry, I'm multitasking still. I'm getting to the point now where it's like, I think I want to mass produce the moonshine. And then
Yeah.
some of it, like, because you can only do so many run, is that we can also bank all that up. You know what I mean? So I think after I get my recipe good, we should get Val recipe good.
Yeah.
Because she
No, I
operates
think
on the
that's good.
opposite end of the tsunami. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing as well.
Yeah, because whoever you vet that I need to grow for, like, I can do that during this time,
Yeah.
cover all the bases. And like I've literally, like, I think it was the Saints, they approached me saying that they looking for these mashed ingredients and they gave me the fucking watermelon recipe.
Nah,
So I
fuck
was
'em.
like,
Nah.
okay, like,
Let's
why do
have
you guys need it?
everyone. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna be cutthroat. This shit is so difficult to do. Like, so for example, I was approached to like do some farmer meeting. I'm 1000% gonna sabotage that shit by saying like shit's easy. People just gotta put in work. It's not even sabotaging. It's keeping it real, right?
Yeah.
That we don't make anybody's life easier because fuck them, right? At the end of the day, 95% of the city, and that includes people that I'm close with, want shit just handed to them. They can suck my dick, my little dick. You know what I mean?
No, I got you.
And
So-
I think
so
that's
s-
the approach we take is like, if they, outside of those that we supplying like directly, anybody that we're supplying directly, they pay us good. Anyone outside of that, they can eat a dick. If we need to go rob their ass, that will happen as well.
Yeah.
We don't want shit to get easier. We want to make sure that we don't end up with our dick in our hand where like farming becomes so easy or like, we're helping prop someone up. And that's why I'm even saying like something as simple as giving someone a seed doesn't really make any sense. Or even further than that, even like somebody get a stall and we don't like the reason why I fuck with the noodle shop is that guy literally funded me $250,000.
Yeah. Okay.
And what do you call it? He's been very different. Now, let me give you an example, right? Cow, I fuck with him, but I also need to make sure that we're not funding him to the point that he's able to prop up his own operation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really thinking through those like little moves because the small money now could mean big losses down the line,
Oh yeah. And my question is like, is there? So then, if there is anyone that is interested, in something like whether it's stall ingredients or shine, like the bottles of shine, like if Val was to grow and supply to people, like what would should we just?
I think that's a good
basically tell
idea.
them, yeah, we say no, and then we
let's-
say
let's say, tell us what you're willing to offer, and then we'll
Uh-huh.
we'll figure out what makes sense. I think
Yeah,
that way
yeah.
we're not
I
just
get-
like, because here's the other thing to think about, Lav, right? Is until we establish ourselves, and I talked to Kay about this.
yeah,
You don't want to create a scenario where you're now giving something to the Saints, and then they get
yeah,
butthurt
yeah.
that
That
we
you stop.
stop supplying them, and then that's how it
Yeah,
goes down, right?
yeah. I know exactly.
And then it
what you're
turns
talking
into
about.
like scam conversation because motherfuckers don't never went to like even did like elementary school math. You know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah, so I
get
think
where
yeah,
I'm going with this, right? It's like
I know
PNY
I know
card
what you're
all
trying
over
to say.
again.
People get entitled to something that they don't understand how much shit's going in it. But
Yep.
I do think, like, and that's what I'm saying is the industry is going to be massive, and
Yeah.
just like you've seen with the Wii, that the same shit's going to happen with the Shine, and it's going to be huge, and we got to make sure that like the only the good connects are the ones we deal with. I don't want to deal with like random pushes on the street and people who don't appreciate like the business. They're just there for money. Like that ain't
Yep.
really the kind of people I like dealing with.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. Because
Alright.
at the end of the day, you can do G6, I can do Grime, money's easy. But if someone's a fucking headache, like, I'd rather
Yeah.
we take all their shit and let them, lay their bleeding kind of thing.
Okay. So basically, right now, long story short, there's two sections of our business: the Shine and the stalls. The
Yeah.
Shine's currently not public, or we're not selling any bottles or anything until you find like a good, whether it's your internal pushes from your guys' side or
Yeah.
something. That's on hold. And then the stalls, it's between Cow and the Rick guy. And
I
if
say
do
for
find
now,
it,
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
let me help work out those deals, and then I think that's the
Okay.
best way. And then I'm like, okay, this is what we're supplying them for. That way, too, we don't create a scenario where like they're coming to you and then coming to me, and
Yeah.
we're not on the same page.
yeah,
And
that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, brother, I think this is a good idea. We get both this place operational and your that other warehouse operational. That way, Val's got a place to work out of there too.
Yeah. I think that would be ideal. Yeah, and yeah, if at some point you do want to put like, if we get to a point where we don't have enough beds, it would be cool if you put some in here, or put them in here because it won't affect you in terms of like growing. It would just be like, if you're not around, I can use one or two of them.
Let's expand that one too. I think
Yeah.
that's the ideal. Because look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I spent way too long moving this shit.
Oh shit!
It's
okay, now I
probably
get you.
easier for us to make another $200,000 than it
Okay.
is to slowly build that out. Anyways,
Yeah.
I say move the one in the house. Fuck, I don't want to move the one in the house, to be honest.
No, that's I know what you mean.
Yeah,
That's a good.
because like
fallback,
Blondie was
you
in
know,
on that too, and like I don't want to
Don't-
completely cut her out.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm
at
gonna
the end
have
of the
one in
day,
here
I
at
think we're
least.
on the same page in regards to that. Like I fuck with Blondie, but at the end of the day, she's kind of been doing her own thing to a degree, and I can't
Yeah.
speculate exactly what she's trying to. I don't want to push
Yeah.
anyone into doing something they don't want to do, but at the same time, I'm not trying to work for free.
Yeah, and we also can't really afford to do that anymore. Like,
Yeah.
if we bring people in, like, and they are gonna lose interest too quick, then it's like we can't. Then we have to go give someone else valuable information. Like, it's
Yeah.
really tough.
Yep,
So
100%. So yeah, let's keep it to that three. Let me come up with the prices.
Okay.
Give me till Thursday, and outside of
Alright.
that, I think we should be good because I think 2 stalls are good at the moment, anyways.
okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, if I catch Val around and you're not around, can we maybe experiment with some cooks with her, or is that?
Do you wait? Say
I-
again.
So if I
Yeah.
get this watermelon,
Yeah. Start
Okay.
start giving Val ingredient. I think for
Okay,
her
cool.
cooks. I think that's a good idea.
All right, sounds good.
And then as for Blondie, I'll talk to her whenever I see her, type of thing, and I'll make it pretty clear, like what our goal is, just to make sure she's aligned and see if her head's there, or
Yeah.
whether she wants to do her own thing or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I called her today, and I asked like where she's been. She said she hadn't been around, and like she hasn't been really too much involved in the farming lately. But it was like water under the bridge or something. Like she's
Yeah.
still, she's fine. But I did, stick my hand out and be like, if there's anything I can do to like, that you want to get involved with, like, let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she didn't really say anything bad, but
Yeah.
did sound like something happened. Something happened. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
something happened.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I can give you the TLDR. So what
Yeah,
was
be
it like?
comfortable, man.
No, it's whatever. So last week, I woke up. Oh shit, these watermelons are already good. Last week I woke up and wait, do I even need to put the things on this? Yeah, last week I woke up and like, so I'd been saying like constantly like, there's these couple of storage that no one should be touching since I had a bunch of like R&D in there. And
yeah?
one day I woke up and she did spring cleaning and
Oh,
I was just
fuck.
like completely just like, it was one of those things where like let's just say I didn't say too much about it, but I was fucking triggered.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know exactly, because I lost a bunch of seeds the one day to myself being an idiot, and that shit ain't nice, man.
Yep.
But I get you.
Yep. So
And
that was
okay.
kind of the oh no. Hold on.
No problem.
Watermelons are like the worst.
I know. What's your watermelon at currently, the percentage wise?
I don't know. That's a good Val question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's kind of I think it was a mix of that and like she's kind of in the best way I can describe it is she's kind of in her own world, which is perfectly fine. But there's certain like small, how do I put this? You have a pretty good idea because you've kind of dealt with my crew, right? And it's nothing. It was between that and then I think she had a lot of interest to work with Eli, and she kept kind of pushing that point. And I'm just like,
Eli.
why would I just like randomly? How do I put this? Having to field the conversation of, I pretty much put a hard no on we're not giving Eli shit because it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, you don't need anything from him, so.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, I think she kind of sensed I was kind of annoyed by it because, I'm waking up after hours of work and it's like, yo, do we want to give this random guy that I barely speak with all this info on all the work you did? And it's just like, bruh. So,
Yeah.
I think I
it's
that's
also concerning.
pretty much all it is.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get
42.
why it's not an easy conversation to have. So I can understand if it puts you guys back a bit. But
Yeah.
and for me, at least with me, like,
Dude, this
I'm
is
very
going so
transparent,
good.
You can just be straight up with me. I won't take it personally. If it's business
Yep.
related, I understand. It's
Yep.
completely different.
I mean, it's simple, right? Like, everything goes through one thing so that there's no drama,
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. Okay, cool. But thanks for letting me know about the whole not doing anything on the sales or public side. I won't do that.
One thing I do want to say, just, is I don't know if it's because of that, but I think that definitely drew like a bit of a divide, right? So she could also, like, it may not be that serious, but that may have, like, that was probably the big thing. But like, I don't think it's like unresolvable, but it's also not something, like there's not really much how do I put this? It's not that big of a deal, but it's enough that maybe she may feel like she wants to do her own thing about it, because it may tie her down to shit that she doesn't want to get tied down to. You know what I mean? Her affiliation with Changang isn't there compared to, say, you and I, for example.
No, I get you. Yeah, I mean, you guys are what's the scenario with that house? Like, who owns that? Like, I know she owns it,
she
but
does.
did she buy that herself? Like the whole thing?
Yeah, that under her name. No. We split it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to cut her
have
out of
bad
the
blood.
shit she put money into. I don't think it is, but like I said, look, I need minimum trust that I'm not gonna get fucked over and end up getting screwed with my gang with whatever, think I'm working with folks. So I draw very like
yeah,
hard
yeah.
lines.
That's fine. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I think you can handle whatever's going on there. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a problem.
Holy shit, dude. This is cranking right now. This is cranking
What?
so good.
By
Like-
the way, have you figured out how not
Wait,
to...
let's roll it back because we started with a conversation and then completely forgot. So how good is your watermelon right now? You've got H's. So now, I'd say the highest... So what I have learned is as the generations... Okay, so let's... Oh my God, we haven't spoken in a minute.
I know, it's been a while.
Let me go and... Hold on, let me just check this and then I'm going to go start running to... Hold on one second. How much time do I have on wheat? I can pull the packet out of here. These fertilizer packets are fucking dog shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not really... I'm slowly learning. It's like some of them aren't really worth putting stuff into. You almost want to like only feed them temporarily and then pull the packet out.
Wait, is this the thing that goes in the sprinkler?
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to the master gardener about that, I think, when I get a chance. Give me just 1 second and then I should be good. Okay, maybe for corn I think it's worth it, but now let me throw that back in. Okay. Okay. All right. So okay, so the Z's, okay, so the X's are helping with
Quality.
quality. The Z's are helping with health. But what I noticed is, so in theory, the idea that I had kind of going in my mind is, you get the health up.
Yep.
No, sorry. You go all L's.
Okay.
You pump up the generation. Once the generation is high enough, say like 20. Excuse me.
Hello, Tuggz.
Yo, what's up, Patar? Could you drop me at my house real quick?
Of course.
And I'm gonna send you the
happened to
money as
you?
well. Sorry, I'm on the
No
phone.
worries. No worries.
But just like hungry, thirsty, and just getting the morning stuff going. So you do the L's. Once the generation is like high enough, you are now kind of able to the stuff is gonna grow quick, right? So now you don't need any L's anymore. And because they're growing really quick, you can get them to pick up the genes a lot quicker. Does that, you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand that part.
Later, Patar.
Later, Tuggz.
And then, so in theory, it's kind of like, okay, that kind of makes the most sense is you start by stacking the L's, you grow. And as you're growing, like maybe put one X on it, maybe one Z. Yo, what's up, Val? Yo, we should talk in a sec, by the way. You grow. Once that shit is like good enough, you then, yeah, you grow. Once that stuff is good enough, you then put the X on it. You then put the Z on it, or backwards, actually. You put the Z on it, then you put the X on it, that type of shit. And then, by the time you're, by the time you are, now that stuff is 100%, and then you go throw, you go ahead and you throw the H's on it. And so that way you have 100%, 100% with a bunch of H's, because at the end of the day,
Yep.
you want to make as much as you can in one big go.
Yep.
The problem
and then
becomes...
and then you put a Z, and then you put a Z after that, though.
Yes,
you need to put
yes.
Every now and then.
Yep. So the problem is that makes the most like logical sense, right? However, the problem is that as the generation goes up, so there's two problems. As the generation goes up, for some reason, I have found out, and I've tried this with corn, I've tried it with wheat, that you cannot put more than one H at a certain point onto over the L's or the Y's.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that. I think I ran into
Schmoes,
something
thank you
like
the
that, but
gifted sub.
it wasn't confirmed, where I couldn't get more than one extra letter.
Yep.
I wonder if yeah, I don't know how
It's
we would
fucking
tackle that.
shit. Yeah, it sucks. So what I'm thinking, yeah, and I don't know, like it's gonna require more experimentation, but then it gets worse. And trust me, I went ham on this, like Sunday night.
Okay.
And you know, that's kind of what I ended up learning is that I couldn't put enough on there. Oh, this is perfect. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just do an order. Yes, I did. I wasn't here yesterday. I've got all of it cooking right now. So I'll have fresh ingredient in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, all good, pal.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, are you okay?
So hold on. Let me just make an order of food because I'm gonna pass out in a sec.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Other than that,
Hey,
I'm
Tuggz.
chilling.
Yes, I did.
How does it feel
Could I
to
get
only be able to
6
see
of
the
everything,
camera?
please?
It feels fucking horrible.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
It's all I've got available at the moment. I've got to make some more.
No worries, no worries. I'm gonna go drink this up, and then I'll see you in a little
Hey,
bit.
someone.
I'll
Appreciate it.
have a ton of shit, and also I think I figured out the kimchi. So
Yeah, I had someone give me some. Can't lie.
Oh.
96 quality.
yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
yeah.
Doesn't seem to affect my food any different than anything else.
Since things
And
switch
from
up,
what I can
we're-
tell,
yeah.
it doesn't. It costs you a lot more to make.
Nah, bro. Trust me when I say we're gonna have 3 locations. We just got a warehouse, so well we already had one, but now we've got 3 locations. So regardless of where things end up going, let's chat in a bit.
I have 2 of
Um,
them.
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
Oh, like an extra one. Like,
I was just talking to the noodle guy, letting him know that we'll have this.
Oh,
stuff soon. So I went ham on Sunday, right? I've got generation almost 30, I think, carrot, and I tried it with the carrot, where the carrots all have L's on it. I was able to push a X on it and a Z on it, but I couldn't put both on. Then I tried putting multiple.
Did it swap the X with the Z
Yep.
when you put it on?
Yep.
Yeah.
I also
It takes
tried
the
to
least
put
dominant gene, I
extra
think.
on it because I'm like, okay, well, if I can't do X and Z, let me put 2 X's on. That didn't work either. But but that
Fuck.
wasn't the case in the early generations, right? So I think now it makes it even worse. Is that once you got the X on there, let's say this the X on there, right? X is health, or am I tripping?
X is quality.
Okay, Z is, I don't know why I keep getting mixed up with the 2. Yeah, my bad, dude. The problem that I started to have is even when I put the X on and then I try to mass produce it and get the health up for a couple of them, because it's still a bit RNG, right? If you got 3 with X's on it, you might get 5%. It might burst all to 100%, like it's complete RNG. That when I plant them side by side, even if there was only 2 plants, they were taking each other gene. So even if you have, like, let's say 2 5L 1X plants next to each other, right? And you're trying to boost their health.
Yeah, the dominant gene takes it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So what I realized is so having a Z, so ideally you want a Z on the plants
Yeah.
so that its health boosts every time.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of whatever the secondary dominant gene is, like H's or whatever. And then the problem that you're saying is you can't plant them in the same planter because then the next generation will no longer have the Z on it,
Correct.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
But what
correct.
I saw today, and this might just be by luck or the RNG, you know how it is. But
Yeah.
I had a plant that I tried to crossbreed, and
Yeah.
it normally crossbreeds every time. But this one I neglected for quite a while. I only had like 13% water left in it, and when
Yeah.
I harvested it, it didn't take the gene of the other plant.
Really? Okay.
What I'm thinking is, if there's a
But
way
what
we
was the
can
generation of
configure-
it?
It was a carrot that was like generation 1, and it wasn't taking the gene of a cabbage that was Gen 7 with 6 Zs on it, and it didn't take it. Even though I've done it successfully, and then so now I've just been making sure my plants always have water if I'm trying to get something to crossbreed into it. But now I'm thinking, what if like this might be overcooking?
Yeah.
That if you maintain a low amount of water in the plants, it's not good enough for it to crossbreed. So then you can kind of have a big planter and you have a sprinkler, but it's just keeping it consistently at like
No.
12%
No.
water.
Already. I mean, actually, maybe you might be right. I might have to give that a shot.
Well, just see if a plant crossbreeds when it has low water. And if it does, then Mythbusted
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let you
Yeah, I'll
cook
try
on that,
that.
since it's sort of like up in the air whether
Okay.
it does it.
yeah.
So let's circle back.
Uh,
Watermelon is highest priority on getting the quality and health up. I
Yep.
think wheat we need to push back to 100, and corn back to 100. I'm
Oh, yeah, I already
trying to
have-
do that on the side, but it's
Okay.
kind of difficult.
I can do that. I already have a Z with 5 Ys wheat and a Z with 5 Ys corn. So if you want to take
Well, the
those,
5Y corn is not what we're looking for. We need
Yeah, I
H's
know.
on the corn. But
Yeah.
but if it's already 100, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, so, and then in terms of trying to fix the problem with the 5Y wheat, because I also think 5Y wheat might not actually be the play, to be honest.
But then how are
'cause-
you gonna reproduce seeds?
So I just harvested a mega wheat with I'll check the genes here quick, but it gave me 2 seeds and it does not have the Ys. So I feel like with wheat, the small wheat you always get 1, for the mega wheat you always get 2, no matter how many Ys you have. So let me just check here.
Wait, mega wheat is always giving you 2 seeds?
Yeah, so this one had
For sure?
an H2.
Oh
this one had
my
an
God, that's
H2X,
huge.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we might be overcooking with the Ys. Like, we could just.
Yeah.
I've got this. So I've got this wheat that's low generation, has 2 H's on it, and I'm busy trying to make it have 6 H's, and then I'm going to
Yeah.
put a Z on it, and then
Yeah.
put an X on it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that is insane.
So, because I'm getting 2 from this thing, even though it has 0 Ys. So, I think the Ys don't work. That's why I'm saying certain plants, like Ys, don't mean anything with the mega wheat because you always get 2 back, and the normal
Yeah.
wheat you always get 1 back. Then with watermelon, maybe the H's don't matter because it's a one singular
So
watermelon.
just H's,
But we'll
H's
see.
and a Z.
Yeah. So that's what I'm cooking up.
I'm
with
gonna
the-
go even further. You know how we have found that there are some things that don't need as much soil?
Yeah, the ones
And
with N, the
Yep.
wheat. Yeah.
I think that might be the play too, because I will tell you right now, and I'm experimenting on mass grow right now, and pretty much right now it's worth putting the cartridge. Okay, you know how there's intensity on the sprinkler?
Of course, yeah.
When we only had 1 bed, it was hard to do any comparisons, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah, 1 bed. Yeah, I get you.
So I would only, and not to mention we couldn't mass produce the fertilizer. Well, some of the plants would die because there wouldn't be enough fert. So now I have a bunch of cartridges, and I've done I've done 2 corn, one watermelon, one wheat, and I'm mass producing it right now. And so what I've noticed is, that if I put the cartridge in, regardless of the intensity, it looks like the fertilizer cartridge is eating up at the same rate. So as long as it's inside, it's like eating up the cartridge. So that's number one. So which still makes the cartridge worth it because it's 10 fertilizer, but you kind of need it for some of the, like for corn, you definitely need it because corn takes a while to grow.
Yeah.
Takes like an hour. The watermelon, you kind of need to put it inside and then pull it out. Where I'm going with this is, if we're gonna do what you're kind of like suggesting, then we need a way to not have it need the soil as much, because otherwise controlling that would be impossible.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so N will definitely help with soil use, but yeah, you pretty much have to decide when you start to grow, what do I want my dominant gene to be? My strat, and it's worked out pretty good now, like I'm doing it for the first time fully with this wheat, and this watermelon is, I know what you were saying with the whole like L stuff, but
40,
the problem
53.
is you can't get it back from that, from the L's.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
So what I do is
I think this is perfect. What is this?
Figure out my
15%?
target gene. In this case, the watermelon was
40, 53.
H's. I
Wait, is this
bred
the
up
right
the
one?
H's.
Yeah.
And then you do health, and then you do quality. So if we need a target gene to be N, then we got to just start from the beginning with N's,
Yep, I agree.
At a low gen, and then just do whatever dominant gene, Z, X, and then Z again when you're ready to maintain that.
Yep, I fuck with that. I'm also can confirm that I fertilized up the wheat just now to see whether or not I could bump the health without the X's and the Z's, because that was something that you could do previously, and it did not go up. So
no, yeah, you for sure need that Z. Yeah. So I think at the end of everything for maintainability, you always leave a Z on. You could always just put a Z on, do a massive grow, and then let it lose the Z again for a couple, and then put it on again. But
that's kind of the bitch though, because I haven't grown for like, I was out yesterday and I come back and all my shit's like 5-10% lower. So
yeah, that's why the Z I think is like important. You just use one.
The thing is that only matters for moonshine.
Oh, so they don't really care about the Z.
So
stalls.
You kind of do, to the degree that like it might matter for kimchi and pickled shit, which I'm trying to experiment with right now. But
and flour maybe?
No. It always, so when you make the flour, it's whatever the quality is. But the problem is the mash is like a combination of the, I'm going to talk to the master gardener. I think that shit is kind of dumb, because how do you can't maintain that stuff unless you're growing like every day and soiling it up, and then it's a lot of a headache.
I mean, I think, if you aren't growing every day, like the only trade-off is like you trade, if you have 6 letters and you have five H's and 1 Z, the trade-off is your yield might not be as good, but you'll always have slightly fresher shine than the guy who's going with 6 H's to get that extra bit of output. So there's like a trade-off, I guess, because I think if we have the Z there, and let's say this water thing that I work out to prevent crossbreeding works, then we're just gonna have a Z with 5 H's at all times. Like, sure, we might not get the 100% best output in quantity, but we'll always have the freshest stuff without needing to do crossbreeding weird bullshit, which will slow people down anyways.
Yeah,
but yeah,
true.
I mean, so that's the trade-off, is like we trade output for a Z, which always keeps it at 100% no matter what. It will always be at 100.
Yeah. Agreed.
So That's kind of my.
I gotta
thoughts on
run to that watermelon. Okay.
I think it would be beneficial if our storage containers, though, maybe preserve the seed.
Yeah,
a bit better.
I agree with that. 100%.
So that when we aren't, so that if we don't use it for like a week, it won't be like completely down bad. You know, I understand, you know, seeds, they organic, they might not last forever, but these seed bags, at least, like if they were a bit more preservative, like vacuum sealed or something,
Yep.
then at least we don't have to be absolutely no-lifing it.
So let's run it back. Wheat, watermelon, corn, 100 with H's. And then after that, garlic. Wait, what do we want? Garlic, onion, 100.
Garlic and an onion. Damn,
Yeah.
okay.
Watermelon is the
any of
one that
those.
we're watermelon. Okay, so I'd actually let's redo it. Watermelon, 100. Then comes the wheat and the corn, because we're pretty high up in that as it is. And then after that, onion, garlic, and then after that, the next sort of set of things. And I'm gonna do that too on the side. That way, we have like more data. Oh, actually, add radish to that third tier as well.
Yeah, my whole thing is in terms of time, like it took me like 2-3 days with a really good wheat seed just to get the wheat 100. The corn was already at 98 when I plucked it from the wild, so that wasn't that hard. But I think it will take a lot of time to get everything 100. Like, so I'm just gonna focus on the watermelon.
I don't think so. We just need. You say that, but I've got a good way to do it, and I'm gonna share that with you. But do what I don't want to like influence too much, whatever your thing is. But start with the watermelon. Work with Val on that, and if she's already got that in the bag, maybe you work on the next thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the wheat. I think this wheat that's at it's currently at 60%, but I'm getting it with the H genes will be pretty big.
You know what? Maybe you do that. Link up with Val.
Yeah, I'll
and let
do
me
that.
know. And I'm gonna start working the stall thing and getting the orders up on that, so that we've got like, you know, here's what we're doing it for. Shared bank, etc., etc. I'm gonna ask you one thing, and don't take this personal or whatever. Would you be opposed to giving me the warehouse on paper?
On paper.
Yeah. And the
I
reason I
mean,
say that is that is gonna make my conversation with Kay significantly easier. That said, I know that's a big ask, and the reason I say that is it makes it easier for me to present, you know, why this falls under the well, there's a word I want to use, but I'm not going to use it, under the protection of the group.
Okay.
You cook on that. I don't want you to
the thing that I would like is like then the shared risk to be there, because
and I think the first thing we do is the money you get back for that warehouse that you put down.
Yeah, we can let them also with Kay, maybe let the money do the talking, because we haven't ran into any problems yet. So while the getting's good, you know, maybe we can scale up, get the business going. Like, if it comes down to a formality of like, because at the end of the day, also I'm 100% clean. So
you know what? I fuck with that. I actually fuck with that.
Yeah. So you could
there
even
just needs to be the biggest thing is there to be a guarantee, because obviously I know where you're at with things, but nobody else does, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes things get brought into question because things become like very like black and white, right? When you know the crew's big, right? So
it's a dependency issue. You don't want to have Kay as like an investor or someone who might want to assist with some things, wouldn't want to have it all on my shoulders where I can completely bring the location to a standstill.
Yeah.
But that's why we've got multiple decentralized seed banks. We've got decentralized cooking locations.
Yeah.
This is like I said, we can pivot it as like a satellite, like extra output.
Yeah.
And if it comes to a point where you guys want to acquire it, like we can even like get it put in your name, and then we have like some contractual agreement or something stupid so that it's all perfect for Kay or whoever they need to be to know that they don't get fucked over by investing any money into this.
I don't even think we
If that
need
makes
to. I
sense.
mean, we've been able to
protect-
fund everything, to be honest. I think.
Yeah. Or sorry, when I all resources, should I say? Like
Yeah.
if they are lending resources to whether it's push shit or grow shit, and then things get fucked over. You know, they want to know they aren't fucked, right? So.
Yep, 100%.
All right, cool. Yeah. So let's just get this set up, and once we have a working model, I think then we can start looking at like
Yeah,
how to, approach people and stuff. I think.
I agree. Okay.
All
All right. I'm gonna
All right.
get going on this. Like I said, biggest things are gonna be getting the
Quality.
the quality up and going.
Yeah.
Reset that, adjust nozzle, insert feeder. Yeah, the shit is, I'm starting to think, okay, the feeders are actually necessary, and the reason for that is you don't want the quality to drop when you pull the seeds.
Yeah. And the one thing, as soon as I get this grow bed that I want to test, which I haven't been able to, is
Yep.
Quality only goes up when you water it. So I want to see if with sprinkler, if I can trigger that growth spurt with
Chat,
smaller amounts of
shut the
water
fuck up
than
with the
ones I get
duration.
from
Not chat, but the
by watering it with a
2
watering
to 4
can.
idiots.
So yeah, because then we could get
Yeah.
quality up in one generation. Anyways, cool. All right, Tuggz, I'm gonna run then.
All right. Okay, talk to you soon.
Cool.
Lav.
Cool, cheers.
Peace.